it's the most wonderful time of the year to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog's design. Again, I'm dressed for the occasion and I've got probably the most overused backdrop, setting and even props that the holiday season could probably allow me. There's no drink in it. No budget for drink this year on the Christmas special. It's been a truly crazy year for Sonic the Hedgehog, and by association, this channel as well. He's had the movie, he's been in the news non-stop. Obviously, I've spoken about the character's design at great length, and the success of these videos led to me launching a series about some of gaming's most famous characters. In order to celebrate, I knew I wanted to do something about Sonic for the Christmas season. After all, he's the one that started it all, and as Sega's mascot, you bet that he's been forced into Christmas situations more than you might expect. Actually, to begin with, there is a... What's that?
Meow. Meow.
It's back.
Meow. Meow.
I've been ignoring it, but it just keeps coming back into the garden. It's a bit uncomfortable, but I'm just gonna shut the curtain and be done with it. We've got a video to make. So as Sega's main mascot, Sonic has been around for a lot of Christmas seasons, and with that, Sega have had no shame when it's come to dressing him up for the occasion. Today we'll explore the character's trip through many Christmases gone by and see out 2019 the way I best know how to. Cheers to those who assisted with finding these Christmas Sonics on Twitter and my community page. I appreciated the help finding these somewhat obscure designs. Now, I'm a bit of a cheapskate, remember the budget from earlier, but I also have a Steam Humble Bundle code to give away. This is a PC only code and contains Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic 4 Episode 1, and Sonic CD. Simply head on over to my Twitter for more details on how to enter. I'm the Artist Mark Flynn, and let's find out which Christmas Sonic design I think truly is best. As always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell as we head towards my subscriber goal of 20,000. Sonic Christmas Blast is a good place to start as it features one of the most iconic Christmas Sonics. This was part of the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog series, the slapstick style cartoon comedy which I focused on recently in my Best Eggman video. This Christmas special, released in 1996, saw Robotnik hatch a plot against Santa himself while stealing Christmas Grinch style, and it was up to the Blue Blur to put a stop to it. Despite a few winter-themed bits of animation across the episode, Sonic didn't get too Christmassy appearance-wise until its conclusion. After saving the day and delivering the presents with ease, Santa retired, promoted Sonic to Sonic Claus, gave him his hat, and they never mentioned it again. The front cover of this video and DVD showed off the Sonic from the show donning this Santa hat alongside a sack of presents. It's not much of an addition to the character, but it's something, and it certainly wouldn't be the last time either. Let's face it though, Robotnik Claus was the real star of this one, with his gross crusty arms, belly and toes, snooping as usual and stealing the show. Sonic the Screensaver is next up, and another blast from the 90s. It was a program released for Windows in 1996. Back in the days where having a screensaver was the most exciting thing possible. Like seriously, I can genuinely remember being excited about a Windows screensaver. I have truly lived. Included in the program were a large number of exclusive artworks that would commonly depict Sonic, Tails, and a bunch of other Sonic characters in lifestyle situations not typically found in the games, with many of these also using holiday themes. The most notable of the Christmas artwork was an image of Sonic jumping across a city, sack of presents on his back, whilst dressed in a Santa Claus getup on the top half of his body, and is a nice heartwarming Christmas image in fitting with the character's vibe. Right. Before we go any further, let's just go and see if it's gone. I need to get some stuff out the garage. Nope, still there.
Meow.
Alright then, moving on. Starting on a purely artwork basis, Sonic would begin to appear in a fuller Santa attire around the time Sonic Adventure was produced. There's no denying that this is Adventure Sonic in style, from the green eyes, which suddenly the fan base doesn't seem to hate so much anymore, I hope he's gone now, to the rest of the lanky and stylised ensemble. This time around, however, Sonic has a Santa hat and a loose fit Santa jacket, as well as a sack that is surprisingly on brand with his gloves and trainer stripes. He really does know how to accessorise. I'm not sure of the true reasoning behind these images, other than that they were included as bonuses on the disc of the original Sonic Adventure, but I'd imagine it was just a little bit of fun to play around with the development of the new Sonic for the Dreamcast. It's probably one of the most recognisable renders of Sonic with a Christmas theme. This trend would be taken a step further with the release of Sonic Adventure 2 via the use of the VMU. Does anyone remember the VMU? It was this cool little memory card handheld that came with the Dreamcast. You could use it to raise chows like Tamagotchis, and even download DLC before it was an absolute curse that must be destroyed. In 2001, a VMU download was released that would allow the cast of Sonic Adventure 2 to receive Christmas overhauls for the game's 2-player head-to-head mode. Every main playable character received an updated model to reflect the holiday season. Eggman and Tails received shiny new paint jobs for their mechs. Bethesda would have charged you a tenner for this most likely. Knuckles receives the subtlest of dreadlock upgrades. Rouge slips into a red Christmassy number, and Sonic, well, he takes inspiration from that previous bit of artwork. He doesn't use the hat, that probably wouldn't be too practical for the whole platforming element. Gotta go fast, whilst respecting gravity. Either way, Sonic rocked a Santa jacket which fitted nicely and was probably quite easy for the devs to position over the top of his standard model. Shadow, wanting to outdo Sonic of course, used a sleeveless Santa jacket because the dude is unironically edgy beyond belief and is very, very cool if you didn't know. This was a better instance of Sonic and the gang embracing their Christmas spirit and would lead to something much more annual and consistent. Speaking of consistency, there was...
Meow.
There it is again. You know what? I don't really want to feel bad for it being out there anymore, but at the same time, what was the point of it? Just to cause upset? Sure, the redesign that exists is great, but it still exists. It tarnished Sonic's name. I wish that the original Sonic movie design had never been born. If you're an aspiring YouTuber, designer, video maker, or creative in general and would like to pick up some new skills, I'd recommend heading over to Skillshare. It's an incredibly versatile network of video tutorials and lessons, which I wish I'd had access to sooner. Rather than learning how to edit videos over a 15-year period of trial and error, like a certain someone I know, speed up your process and get in-depth lessons on sound design, Premiere Pro, the editor I use, and Photoshop, which I also use to make my thumbnails. The list goes on and on. If you use the URL that is on the screen now and in the description, you'll receive a 2-month free trial to the platform while simultaneously helping out the channel. Thanks! He's gone. He's gone. I can't believe it. Thank you, Christmas Magic, he's gone. Following on from the adventure games, the consistency in Sonic's Santa-inspired outfit would be established on the Sonic channel for foreseeable years. Originally launched in 2005, this was an official website for Japanese audiences hosted by Sega themselves, and would be a source of Sonic the Hedgehog official artwork all the way to the present day. Christmas would be a huge theme on the Sonic channel, with similar designs to that original adventure artwork cropping up frequently. 2005 saw a Christmas render of Sonic very similar to that of the adventure Sonic artwork seen years prior, resembling probably more closely the Sonic Rush depiction of the character, with the thicker line art and slightly more angular form. This would happen again in 2006 and 7, though Sonic would switch over to a sack rather than holding a present like he had done previously. In 2013, they went for a slightly different vibe. Wonder if this is going to be targeted for Copper. I also discovered a Christmas-themed Sonic from the same year, located on the Sonic the Hedgehog official Twitter. It's literally the same outfit again, however this time in the modern style that was established with Unleashed and has followed us through into the current day. There were even a line of exclusive plush toys that were sold to support some of these designs too. These were sold at Tokyo Joy Palace, a Sega-themed amusement park and department store. Sonic would stop by the venue from time to time too, rocking a Santa hat as is tradition, and also sporting a new funky red cape. Accessorize. The evolution of these Christmas designs is of course synonymous with Sonic's main designs that can be seen across my original videos. Ooh, that's a good point actually. Can you actually see that across my original videos? Maybe I should just double check that actually, because I don't want to have made any mistakes. Let me just double check that video quickly. Okay, cool, I'll just go to YouTube quickly. What? Where have all the views gone? Go back to the main. Whoa, holy crap. Where the hell are my subscribers? Where have they all gone? I'm back at the amount I had before I even made that video. I've not even been cancelled, for crying out loud. Let's look at the other videos, see if all the Sonic movie stuff is gone. Reactions, the analysis, all of them. Okay, there must have been some kind of new copyright thing that I didn't know about. Maybe some other channels have been hit by it as well. Let's have a look. Movie Sonic. This is so weird. There were so many channels reacting to it before. And now there's hardly any. There's hardly any reactions. The main entry I can find is the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer, but this doesn't look the same, so I'm just just gonna have a little look and check it out. What? This is well weird. It's the original Sonic the Hedgehog trailer, Gangster's Paradise. I'll have to cut the audio because of copyright ID. It's the first reveal trailer of the movie, but Sonic looks different. Like, he doesn't look bad. He doesn't look as bad as he did originally to begin with, but he doesn't look as good as that redesign by Tyson Hesse. Just looks a bit meh. Doesn't look that great. But he doesn't look bad either. Right, I can't actually waste any more time on this any longer. I need to get back on track. I need to finish this video. I need to get my subscribers back. I'm gonna worry about the Sonic movie later. I've worried about it enough. Right, where was I? In the modern day, Christmas references to Sonic have been a little bit more subtle, at least when it comes to Sonic himself in main media. The first bit of recent media that comes to mind is the Sonic Mania Adventures Holiday Special, a beautifully animated short that came to YouTube in December 2018, courtesy again of the Sonic mastermind Tyson Hesse. Our Lord and Saviour, we wish you a Merry Hessmas, etc, etc. Wait, that's a point? Did Tyson even work on the version of the film in my new reality? Oh, here's an article straight away. Let's have a look. Sonic fans aren't hugely thrilled with live action trailer, but also don't seem to hate it either. Studio chugs along with the development of the film as it is. Blair. I guess they didn't need him. Seems like a shame in a way. What do I know? This short largely focused on Metal Sonic, who had been suitably dumped in the bin by Eggman, and Amy Rose, who by the way, rocks probably the cutest design she's ever had. Amy returns a busted up Metal Sonic to Eggman, complete with cute little rapping, and he takes him back with open arms. Not much Sonic here though. In the credits sequence itself, however, we get a lovely little bit of artwork, which includes, you've guessed it, Sonic yet again rocking that Santa hat and jacket. If anything, I'd say I really enjoy this look a lot more than the previous ones, as I think Atari-inspired Hesse Sonic better suits a cutesy dress-up outfit because of his smaller form factor and chibi nature. Similar artwork would be featured on their social media networks, depicting Classic in a similar holiday fashion. Speaking of Classic Sonic, if we've learned anything about Sega over the years, they have had a tendency to whore this character style out a little bit. Arguably, in the latest main series title, Sonic Forces, he didn't really need to be featured in the game at all. I went off about this in my original Sonic episode at some length. Accompanying the release of this game was Sonic Forces Speed Battle, a mobile racing game intended to co-promote the release of the console title. This game featured a Christmas Sonic of its own, Elf Sonic. This to me encompasses all the elements of classic Sonic's prostitution, to the point where he's dressed like Elf Bowling in a mobile title to advertise a pretty average title. I really don't like this one. Maybe it's just saltiness in my heart from the taste that Forces left in my mouth. It just looks so goofy to me, and I guess that's the point. It's just supposed to be a bit of fun. Huh. Regardless of my feelings on this design, a lot of people probably did actually get some enjoyment out of this design. I guess there's a fair few people who probably enjoyed Forces too. In fact, I bet there's a fair few people who woke up with it in their Christmas stocking, played it to death on Christmas Day last year, and absolutely loved it. Not everything has to be perfect, not everything even has to be good, but as long as somebody enjoys it, that's all that matters. Elf Sonic deserves to exist alongside all of those other Sonic designs I've mentioned, regardless of its quality. I've made a huge mistake. What have I done? I've made a huge mistake. What have I done? I've lost sight of why I'm even doing this. I'm sorry, movie Sonic, you didn't deserve that. To be outside in the cold. Everybody deserves to be with someone at Christmas. What? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's back! So I know there will be some disappointment, but let's forget best designs today and just celebrate the fact that we have some designs at all. Sonic is one of those franchises that I've always held so dear. It reminds me of my childhood and when messed with brings me fear. I'm an avid lover of this character and it's such a joy to see this character represented for many others, not just me. Whether it's ragging on 06, Boom or Forces 2, it's important that the franchise works for all, including you. I might think that these Sonic designs aren't so great, but I can accept that they are very important to other people from the fandom. The movie, while universally hated, is a little bit different, but I do think that this Sonic does deserve a little bit of thanks himself. Yes, the movie brought out the worst in us all, and he is a very ugly thing. Understatement. But you never know, we might not have got what we ended up with without his original inclusion. We might have got a design that was more faithful than this from the get-go, sure, but potentially studio execs could have been a lot more reluctant to change his design if there wasn't the same level of uproar. Just imagine if this design was ever so slightly more faithful. I might have been too stubborn to make any changes if this ratio had leant ever so slightly in the other direction. So I think we must thank this terrible, awful Sonic for causing for the first time ever a film miracle just before the Christmas season. So movie Sonic, in the spirit of the season, I welcome you in for a Christmas celebration with all the trimmings, and I've even included your favourite, chili dogs. They didn't have any budget for food. So, Movie Sonic, our day is nearly over, our video is done. Is there anything you'd like to say before we start the Christmas fun? Anything at all. No?
Meow.
Right, are my subscribers back now? Good.
Meow.
So that was the Christmas special, and I really hope you enjoyed it. I wanted to break up the format a little bit and do something special, so I hope you enjoyed the little creative turn this video went down. 2019 has honestly been one of the best years creatively of my life, and this channel is 100% the reason for it. I've absolutely loved making videos for this audience this year, and I really hope I can do it for the foreseeable future, but it isn't going to be very easy. My copper video didn't hit that many of my audience members, but the reality is that it could be very difficult to be a creator on YouTube next year. Regardless of what happens, I'll be doing my best to brave the storm and fight it head on, and even branching out and trying some new style of videos along the way. To those of you that stayed with me to this point and even watched my ad at the start, thanks for your patience and for sitting through. I absolutely love creating YouTube content, and I'll be here doing it until I've exhausted every option. If you are new, please like the video, comment and subscribe. Hey, even tell your friends about it, and check back for regular content much like this. I know these are things people are sick of hearing, but it really does make the difference for small creators like me. Also, if you're interested, please hop on over to my Discord. We're a small community that chat about games, each other's artwork, wrestling, and a bunch of other stuff. You may even be able to get some feedback if you're an aspiring content creator on YouTube. At this time, I'd like to give a big shout out to my patrons who make videos like this possible, with a very special thank you going out to Top Hat Gaming Man and Pug Slade, who are donating at the top tier of donations. Thanks very much. If you'd like extra perks like early access to my character design videos and a credit in each episode, head over to my Patreon for more information. Alternatively, if you'd like to just tip me as a one-off because you enjoyed this video, or even just want to say Merry Christmas, please do so on Ko-fi. Any amount is appreciated, and even a single US dollar or British pound would help me continue to make videos long term. A lot of content on YouTube doesn't make that much money, and the support on these platforms will allow me to take risks rather than trying to work an algorithm that just churns out trends, news and repetitive content. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have an amazing Christmas and a happy new year.
Meow.